I am back, my fellow Weebians, to give you What If Deku Was a Villain Part 1 redo. And this should have came out so long ago. Or it did came out. You may be asking, what do you mean? It technically came out, but it was unlisted. So the audio was getting messed up for some reason, and I had to delete it. Or put it on private. I put it on private, okay? But that was a really long hour. And I hope I can do it again, guys, for you. So, yeah. If you might be asking why it's unlisted in the audio, don't worry, guys. This is going to come out with a better audio, and hope to God it won't mess up. And I heard you guys really want, and what I mean really want, what if Deku could use 100% of One For All? This is gonna be a banger, and you should trust me. It's gonna be a banger. And the winter season special, get your hands up, get your hands up, get your hands up, ayy, get your hands up, ayy, for What If Deku Was the Ultimate Lifeform Redo. Okay, yeah. What If Deku Was the Ultimate Lifeform Redo is coming out on the 1st of December. Even though that's pretty long, I feel like, why not? It looks good, it looks great, and I bet you guys want it very bad. Not as bad as What If Deku could use a 100% of One For All, of course, but hey, scratch the back of my head. Yeah, but I'm doing What If Deku Was a Villain before the 100% because of one thing and one thing only. I felt like this was, or the audio was 100% good. Like, I didn't stutter that bad. I was doing phenomenal in this. Just for the audio to be messed up, and that's what got to me. I didn't like it, so I thought, why don't I make a redo? Again. I was gonna say pun, but not pun intended. But enough of that and enough of me. You are here for What If Deku Was a Villain. So, where did I start it off before I deleted my audio? I remember. So, where I started off, it was, yes. The hospital. We see Inko pushing up 2 children. We see the first, Izuku, and we see the second, Izumi. We see All Might crying with tears of joy, seeing his bundles of joys. Inko snatched that from the lady. My babies, she thought, like, come on. Grabbed it, look at her 2 babies, sees a young little boy with green hair and yellow tips in the hair, and a full blonde child. It took after its own father, the little girl did, but the little boy took more from his mother. And Inko might give a little favoritism to Izuku, but not too much. Not in the future, of course. Oh no. This might kind of be cliche, but I'm going to change it as much as I can so it doesn't resemble other people's what ifs. I hope I can do better. So, let's do a little time skip. We see Izuku wake up after hearing his clock. Cracking his neck. Dang. Hitting the clock and looking at the time. Izuku's like, it's me and Azumi's birthday. He says such joy and enthusiasm. He gets off the bed. Izumi's like, what are you doing, big brother? In such a childlike manner. And Izuku's like, it's her birthday, Izumi. And it's her birthday? She gets off the bed, starts running towards Toshinori Yagi and Inko. They jump on the bed. It's our birthday, both says in unison. All Might gets up and he's like, it is your birthday. He picks up young Izumi and throws her in the air, and Izuku's hugging his mother. Mother? I'm not gonna be saying like that, but she was finer when she was less thickish, if you know what I mean. After eating so much, he pulled on pounds and lost a lot of height, like drastically, of course. But yeah, he hugged his mother and says, I can't believe it. I'm about to see what my quirk is, with a smile on his face. It was more brighter than All Might's. It could rival it in any category. So they put him down. They do the whole birthday cake thing. And they say, Okay, guys, your presence, and it's common. I must say, for let's say plot reasons, I must say it's more common for it to happen in the thing. But when it's your fourth birthday, you go to a special doctor to see what your quirk is, and this doctor will give you the rundowns on how you could use that quirk and better use it. So basically, a quirk is like a birthday gift for yourself. So it's kind of like a parent, I don't feel like buying you shit thing. But it's Inko, so she did buy her baby girl and baby boy a present, of course. For Izuku, he got All Might action figure. For Izumi, she got a let's see, green physic. It's the other hero, the second hero, of course. You might know her for the future. Wink, wink. Green physic. They hug their toys and such happiness. It can shine brighter than the sun. After they finish opening up the presents, we don't see Toshinori. Inko's mad because she don't see her babe around and thought he just left. And then they hear a honk on the horn and says, "So you guys are waiting or what? Let's go to the quirk doctor. I want to see what my little baby boy and girls quirks are." We see Izuku running in such a, oh my god, bro. The kids in My Hero Academia are so cute. Like, imagine, Eerie, bro. Like, bro, like if you touch Eerie, bro, I'm gonna knock you out of your socks. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, but like, yeah, they were running towards his dad, and they went inside the thing, put on their high chair thingy they got on, and so did Inko. Toshinori goes in reverse, drives to the doctor. They go to the doctor, and they're not waiting. Izuku, his thoughts of being a hero. These are his thoughts. I want to be just like All Might. No, I want to be like All Might, but save more people as I can. You know, to bring a smile on their faces. While Izumi's is a little different. I'm going to be better than All Might. Everyone's going to know who I am. I'm going to be the symbol of peace. See, the difference between Izuku and Izumi is Izuku wants to save people while Izumi wants to be the symbol of peace. That's going to tear a hole in the future. So, the doctor opens the door and reads the description. Okay. Izuku Yagi and Izumi Yagi, they both jump off the chairs and start running to the doctor. Toshinori's like, "Wait, kid." Inko falls behind Toshinori. "Don't worry, Toshi. You know they're excited. I just don't want them to get hurt, honey." "I understand that. Let them dream a little. Let them have fun." "Yeah, you're right. You know, I just want to protect them." "I know you mean the best, honey." And they both go inside the doctor, I think the doctor's room. They sit down Izuku and they sit down Izumi and they says, "Okay, we're about to run some tests on these two little sluggers. See, Izuku, you are going first. I hope you're gonna see what your quirk is, and I can't wait to see what his quirk is too." Wink, wink. See, this doctor, he knows who Toshi is. It's Toshi's best friend. He knows from day one. Even though Recovery Girl always saves All Might, this doctor was there that saved All Might when he got the, how should I say, stomach fucked up shit. He's how should I put it in words? He's the son of Recovery Girl. This is actually a different character, not OC, but like the son, the original character, son. Kayut. I know, right? Fucked up name, Kit. His name was Kit. More like Recovery Boy, but that's what he goes for, Kit. No, it sounds like Kid, right? But Kit. So, yeah, I just made that up like 5 seconds ago. So, Kit. Or Kyle. If you want to say Kyle, I usually call him Kid. Kit? Kit. I'm going to say Kyle. Kyle sounds more better. Kyle. Because I'm bad at naming. So Kyle knows who All Might is. And All Might is, giving winks back and forth like this. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, just not my son. Let's see what my boy is. Let's see what my boy is. And they bring Izuku into a room. They run tests on Izuku, and Kyle, he's seeing something, but nothing at the same time. So they take off his shoes, and they see he doesn't have a quirk. Kyle is pushed aback by this, seeing All Might's kid without a quirk. I mean, he knows what All Might is, really. And he knew that All Might was quirkless because he was there. He was there. He was with All Might. He was from, like, what is it? The same school, UA, where All Might was. So, yeah, he knows All Might, like, pretty tight. So he knows he knows the secret, one for all that, and he was born quirkless. So seeing his kid quirkless, I wonder how All Might would even react. He'd probably blame himself for it. So they put Izuku down there and they do Izumi. Izumi got this strong telekinesis quirk. It's 20 times stronger in the future as his mother. In the future, Izumi's quirk will be 20 times stronger. And Chaco's pretty OP. Not gonna lie to you guys. Chaco's pretty OP. Why me OP? Because I say green physic, because green physic is actually a superhero, and you might know who she is. She is Inko. Yep, bingo. Inko is green physic. I mean, it's not gonna be that hard, but to figure it out. But yeah. Inko is green physic. Well, they put Izumi down and they tell him, so All Might know something is up. He sees Kyle in a disturbed way. He looks a little bummed out. And Kyle's like, okay, do you want the good news or the bad news first? And Almost like, let's just rip off the band-aid. Give us the bad news. Okay. Toshi, you know why. Kyle says. And Toshi's like, I knew this was going to be a possibility. Then Kyle says, Izuku is quirkless. Toshinori, he thought when he saw Izuku, or one of his kids, he thought there might be a 50-50 chance that, or not 50-50 chance, but yeah, 50-50 chance one of them is going to be born quirkless. Or none could have, but he hoped none of them could have been quirkless. That's why he was dying to see if it was going to happen or not. He knew this outcome was going to come, so he put his hand down, he put his hands on his lap, and he looks down. He's blaming himself so bad for this. My bad. I keep saying Ochako, I mean Inko. Inko puts her hands in her mouth and says, oh my god, sweetie. Izuku drops his All Might toy, the new one he just got from his mother. I'm quirkless? And Izumi's like, Big Brother's quirkless? Why is that? Why is Big Brother quirkless? She gets up and tries to hit him, and Toshinori is like, stop. And Izumi froze. He never heard of his dad like that. And he's like, sweetie, sit down. She's just quirkless, okay? Kyle just looks at All Might, knowing that he's the reason why Izuku is quirkless. Izuku's beating himself over this. I'm quirkless. Useless. He's getting flashbacks of those articles about quirkless people, just nothing but scum in the streets. Even though, I should not say it, I should leave this for last. Even though they are the original, he thought quirkless people were just nothing but bad people, or original people. He thought they was bad because Hitler was quirkless and play not, but he just didn't like quirkless people because they're not unique. And look at him. He doesn't like it. He just thinks there's just normies. Never find interesting. Now he's the one that's not interesting. And enough of that, Kyle says. The good news is little Izumi here has a very stronger quirk than yours. 20 times its strength. and he says, "You, Inko." They're very close, so he says her name like that, and Inko's like, "My daughter," because Inko, she could pick up the Statue of Liberty, and parts of skyscraper. So 20%, she about to be freaking strong. And guys, like, in the future, okay, and we see Toshinori and Inko just praising her and just forgetting that Izuku's quirkless. Kyle takes notice of this, and he bends down and look at Izuku. Izuku's just beating himself over it so hard that you can't even see it anymore. He's not even showing it. Like, Kyle, before he can do anything, he kneels down and says this to Izuku: "It's okay to be quirkless." And Izuku's like, "No, it's not. I can't be here. A quirk doesn't make a hero. It's who the person saves or sacrifice himself for a person. That's a hero. You're a hero in heart, kid, and I can tell you have a heart of gold. And I hope you bring this world better than some heroes can ever do. My bad. Can ever do." I butchered that. Izuku take words to those butchered words he said. Izuku's like, "Okay, sir. Look, kid, quirkless, I believe, is pretty good." That kind of sound like that overhaul ideology, but I believe quirkless people are the original humans. You're original, and you're not normal. What do you mean? Quirkless people are called normies. No, kid. Normal is the majority. 80% of the world with quirks? That's not the majority anymore. You're the special one. You just have to chase for that dream you wish so much. I want to save people. So save them with a smile," he says. And Izuku, he smiles, even though he was hit with the most worst news ever. But things don't go peachy after this. Izuku gets home and is waiting for his "I'm sorry, son. Let's go get something to eat." But no, they just keep praising Izumi. So Izuku thought, as a good brother as he is, that I should not ruin this for my sister. Next week, we see Izuku go back to school with Izumi. Izuku just sitting down on a swing, going up and down, up and down, up and down. Or not up and down, something we go. And then we see Izumi talking about the situation with Izuku to Bakugo and Todoroki. Bakugo's like, "So what's your quirk?" And Izumi's like, "Well, my quirk is, it's gonna be way stronger than my mom's, like 20 times stronger. I'm estimated to pull whole skyscrapers out." And he's like, "That's so cool, but not cooler than mine." And shows his explosions. And Todoroki's like, "Yeah, it's cool. Shows a little ice, but not as fire." Bakugo's like, "Yeah, you have ice?" And he's like, "No, I have ice and takes second fire," he says. And Bakugo's like, "Oh, so you want to show me?" And Todoroki's like, "No, I don't want to talk about it." And Bakugo asks us the question that changes everything: "So what's Izuku's quirk?" And Izumi just looks at Bakugo and stares back to the ground. "Izuku is quirkless." Bakugo's like, "He's a normie? And he still wants to be a hero? We can't let him." Oh. And Izumi's like, "I was thinking the exact same thing, but how are we gonna stop him?" Todoroki's not even going. Todoroki's like, "Izuku's quirkless? I need to protect him." And Bakugo gives off this idea: "How about we bully him till he stops?" And Todoroki's like, "Bully? Wouldn't that just reverse it or something?" And because I'm just gonna say Izumi had a little crush, just a little, even though they're 4 years old. It makes no sense for the sexualities yet. Just a little crush for the plot that she says yes to Bakugo's thing. I say, yeah, I think bullying Izuku would change him, so he would just stop thinking of it. Bakugo's like, it's just to protect him, of course. I'm not gonna push a little too hard. Yeah, let's not push too hard. Just little pushes and shoves. As I thought. Todoroki's like, I'm not doing that. I'd rather just say you can't be a hero and it's impossible than hurt him. Okay. How his morals will change. They get up to Izuku that's swinging on the swing, and he gets off. He's like, guys, I know I'm quirkless, but I too could be a hero. Bakugo says, yeah. Bakugo pushes Izuku. Izuku, you can never be a hero, he says. And Izumi chimes in, yeah, you can't be a hero. You're quirkless. Todoroki is in the corner. He's like, yeah, Izuku, it's impossible. Just quit. You'll just get yourself killed. Izuku's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I won't get myself killed. But he says he wouldn't get himself killed. As a child, he kind of messed up his words. Killed. I won't get myself killed. You know that. And Bakugo's like, then we have to beat it out of you. And this was like, what? Todoroki didn't want to do it because he just got the scar. He's already wrapped around his bandages. So he sees Bakugo doing that, and he's giving himself a little emotional trauma into the thought of him, and his father. So Todoroki just back off. And he's like, I can't deal with this now. Izumi does the same. They're all just hitting him. Izuku's like, why? Why me? Why now? I didn't do nothing to deserve this, and they just keep going. You just done it to yourself, Izuku, Bakugo says. You should just listened. Izuku gets home after the beating, and he notices that his family didn't even notice him. They're talking to Izumi, and I think he'd be training her quirk to be as strong. Or be as stronger as green physics. And Deku just walks in his room, cries himself to sleep. Why? He says. He puts his hands in the fold. Why, God? Why was I born with such a curse? And they thought, Kyle's words that he says, I believe you too could become a hero, even though you're quirkless. Just follow your dreams, kid. I could do it. I could too become a hero. I don't care what they say. I'm gonna keep going. With a smile on his face. Oh God. It just makes me laugh to just think about him. He really thinks he can be a hero. It's kind of fucked up for me to say that, but hey, I'm doing just fine. I lied. I'm dying inside. That's gonna be Deku in a sec. Well, we see the green devil himself. He's now in 6th grade, just started. The picking, it has gotten worse. Todoroki just joined in. He believed his trauma has lessened, so he didn't think about it that much. But he scowls every time he hits Izuku. He just want to be like his father. So imagine just doing it to Izuku. It just pisses him off. It enraged him. Well, we see Izuku. We see Izuku just way there, and we see the new introduced big three to the campus. They're in middle school, so the new big three that was the 3rd years has to give it up to first year. So if you're a 2nd year, you don't become the big three. You just like wait there. That's sad. But yeah, the newly first years of 6th grade, I guess for them, comes in, and the big three was named Bakugo, Todoroki, and Izumi. Well, Izuku was just in the background. Izuku, because he listened to the Kyle's words, he did train himself a little, just a little, not too much. He's not that toned, guys. He's not chiseled yet, but he has a little muscle on him. So yeah, Izuku just sitting down, and we see Bakugo just walking up to Izuku. So Are we just gonna do our regular beatings for you, Zuko, if you're not gonna quit already? Bakugo, I'm not gonna quit becoming a hero. Bakugo punches Izuku and Izuku flies off of his desk. He lands and he goes for a field position, holding his face. Bakugo's like, look at you, already on the ground. You know you're beneath us, but you're really showing it. All the kids start laughing, including Izumi. Todoroki just gives him a face like, why is he even trying to do this? Izuku's not gonna give up, and we're just gonna kill him. We're just gonna kill him we're just gonna kill him by all the beatings you're giving him. So I'm gonna put a stop into this. Todoroki says, and Izumi gets up and he's like, yeah, Zuko, just stop it already. You're so weak. She kicks Izuku in the head. Izuku hits the back of the wall. And Bakugo's like, yeah, you did great, babe. He puts his arm around it. You know it. They kiss in front of Izuku. Izuku doesn't even care about his sister. He care about that much? Nobody. He just want to be a hero. Bakugo's like, you've been so defiant, Izuku. Don't stop becoming a hero. I'm gonna hurt you more. Bakugo laughed. Bakugo became a little too serious about his low acting, and he's kinda, how should I say, forming into the character. The character's becoming him, and that's the sad part. While that was happening, Todoroki's like, I have to put a stop to this. Todoroki stands up. Bakugo, stop it. Bakugo looks at Todoroki and he's like, Todoroki, you need to stop trying to defend Zuko. You know he's just gonna get himself killed if... Bakugo's like, stop it, Bakugo. Let's just meet him outside and give him a little talking to. Todoroki's like, fine, just a talking to, nothing more. Time skip. When they went outside, we see Izuku just waiting there. He already knows he's about to get pummeled to the ground. We see the big three, or the newly big three for middle school, walk up to Izuku. Izuku. What did I say? He cracks his fingers. Look, if you're gonna make yourself a hero, if you're gonna be a hero so bad, before you can say anything, Todoroki stops Bakugo. I'm down there, and Bakugo's like, take your hands off me. He walks up to Izuku and punches Izuku in the floor, or punches Izuku towards the floor. Izuku just falls down and he kicks Izuku. You like that, huh? You like this beating, Izuku? You fucking kinky bastard. I bet you like when I beat you. If you didn't, you wouldn't be a hero. He gets back and Todoroki is like, that's kind of fucking gay, but never mind about that. He's just wailing on Izuku, and Izumi's like, let me get some of this action. He picks Izuku with her quirk and throws him, ragdolls him to the ground. Izuku is in pain. Why are they doing this to me? I haven't done nothing to them. They just keep going and going. It makes no sense. He says, while tearing up, I did nothing to them. They just start hurting me. They keep hurting me and hurting me. I don't know what I did to them. I'm not gonna take this abuse. Izuku stands up. He goes in a fighting position. And Ryo's like, oh, looks like the little quirkless boy is starting to fight. Now this is gonna be a real battle. Izuku, he has none known martial arts training, so he's about to get trashed on. Bakugo runs up to Izuku. Izuku tries to dodge it, but he just gets squared in the face. Izuku stumbles a little bit, throws a punch. It hits Bakugo in the chest and kind of hurts a little Bakugo. He's like, looks like you're getting a little muscle. He grabs Izuku by the arm and twists it, and Izuku's screaming in pain. Izumi grabs him with her telekinesis and holds him down. Bakugo is just dropping him with explosions. After the explosion clears and you just see Izuku's eyes just rolled back. But he's still standing. Bakugo. And he's like, huh, you still can talk from that beating, Deku? Talk, damn it. I'm going to become a hero. You're gonna get yourself killed, Deku. Why don't you stop, or I have to make you stop? And Bakugo gives him the final blow. Izuku falls on the ground. And Bakugo walks up to Izuku. He gives him a pity look after the beating he gave him, but then he snaps out of it. Deku, if you want to be a hero so bad, if you want to be a hero so bad, really bad, I know an option, a really good option. And Zugu chimed in, even though he's beaten and broken. What is it? Tell me what I can do to become a hero. Bakugo gives him the grinnest and most evilest grin. Malicious grin. Why don't you go upstairs to the final floor? Take off your shoes, take off your coat, and make a little letter. And then take a swan dive off the rooftop. And wish you get a new quirk. Oh, or not new quirk. More like get a quirk in your next life. And if you don't get that, do it again and again and again. You're probably going to be cursed of being quirkless for the rest of your life. So why don't you just do it, you piece of garbage beneath my feet? Bakugo was going to stomp Izuku before he gets a clear punch in the face. We see Todoroki. He punched Bakugo in the face. Izuku is knocked out, even though he didn't get hit yet. He passed out after what Bakugo said. He couldn't take it. His mind couldn't take it. Todoroki looked at Bakugo. You're no better than my father, you abusive motherfucker. Bakugo's like, why did you do that? You know why I did it. You've changed, Bakugo. You wanted to help him, but now you're telling him to kill himself. And Izumi trying to... But Todoroki, you have to understand... She didn't even have words for she's trying to protect her boyfriend so bad, but she can't even protect him for after what he said. Izumi, you know I'm right. Bakugo, that was careless of you. What if he actually did it? And Bakugo's like, I don't. I'm right. He needed that advice so he could change himself. I know. Death threats is a different thing, but he has to be taught a lesson. A lesson, you say? A lesson? What lesson is that? Beating a kid to the inch of his life and telling him to kill himself because he's worthless? Oh, that's not gonna give him mental issues or nothing. Your superior complex is hurting him. If you don't stop, I'm gonna make you stop. Todoroki gets in a fighting pose. Baku's like, oh. Looks like third place wants to fight. You can call me third place all you want. But this abuse will end for Izuku. Bakugo's like, fine. Have it your way. They run towards each other. Izumi's doing that Sakura type shit. No, don't fight. Stop. Bullshit. But bullshit and shit. And we see Bakugo running. He explodes towards the air and he's about to do his Hauser impact. And Todoroki's like, no, I have to stop this very fast. Before Bakugo can spin around, he makes a glacier and freezes Bakugo. But Bakugo explodes that glacier, raining down with ice. Bakugo does one of his new attacks. He calls it Flash Grenade. He makes a flash that blinds his Todoroki. But Todoroki makes a field of snow. This is a new technique for Todoroki too. This is a new one. He makes snow in the air so he can feel any snow particles. That means he can sense Bakugo's movements because it's touching Bakugo. So he can see it without Bakugo. He made this technique just to come back to Bakugo's technique. He thought about it, doing it in the sports festival if he ever gets to UA. But he already got a nice, how should I say, present from his father, if you know what I mean. It's, you know, it was the, we call it rich kids, or like the, I forgot to call that thing where heroes recruit you for the UA or something like that. I don't know. I guess, my bad, guys. But yeah, his dad's gift. So Todoroki's technique was very powerful, not gonna lie. He could sense Bakugo's presence and any other people's presence. So Bakugo thought his thing worked because he never saw this technique from Todoroki. So Todoroki is sensing Bakugo's movement. He senses Bakugo's really close to him. Izuku, my bad. Todoroki turns around and ducks a little. Bakugo throws an explosion, but it misses after Todoroki ducks. He's like, what? How did he saw that after the flash grenade? And Todoroki makes Bakugo's foot frozen, and Bakugo couldn't move. It climbed up to his face. And then we see Izumi throw a rock at Todoroki. A fat rock too. It hits Todoroki in the face and it blinds him a little. Not blinds him, but it hits him and it disoriented him. Todoroki is like seeing stars. We see Izumi try to rip off the glass off of Bakugo, and Todoroki's like, "No, you won't." Ice jutsu. I'm like, nah. Ice glacier. He makes a glacier that stops Bakugo and Izumi in their tracks. Todoroki sees Izumi is now captured and also Bakugo. He sees it and he's like, "Leave Izuku alone. I've been training for this exact moment for the past 1 year. I finally noticed after what we're doing to them, it was hurting him. I couldn't say no to you because you were so stronger than me. I was still thinking about my father, but I should have stopped it. I kept hurting Izuku without even noticing I'm acting like my own dad," he says. Bakugo's like, "I don't care about your daddy issues, you damn bitch." This is what Todoroki's like, "Huh? You really think so?" He throws a punch at Bakugo that's frozen. Bakugo's knocked out. Izumi's like, "Why did you do that? And you're supposed to be his own brother. You're supposed to be his family. And all you did was just left him there. Just for him to get hurt by your boyfriend, your boy toy. You did everything he said because you loved him. You never loved your brother." "I do love my brother." "No, you don't. If you did, you would have realized that what you're doing to him is doing more harm than it's doing good." Izumi has no words. Todoroki's like, "Finally, you understand." And Izumi's like, "I don't care." Todoroki's like, What? "I have to stop Izuku no matter what. Even if it conflicts pain towards him." "You're no sister of his." Todoroki smiles a little. "The ice will melt. It won't give you frostbite." Todoroki's now leaving with bruises that he got from, and he still can't see properly from the flash. The explosion that Todoroki was dodging also took effect. It kind of like, how should I say, gave him burn marks because he deflected it, not deflected or like dodged it, but the heat did burn him a little. So he didn't take a direct attack, but he took a good margin. So he's just limping home. After the ice thing, Izumi picks up Bakugo, and Bakugo and her leave. Bakugo wakes up, and they just leave Izuku there. But before Todoroki left, he gave Izuku a note. He left it in his backpack. And this note's gonna be there for a long time. So we get to see Izuku. He wakes up. It's the middle of the night. His body aches. Just another beating from my it's not night. It's more like horizon-ish. Like it's about to become night. And we see Izuku gets up. He can just feel his broken bone poking himself. He just walks home limping. He just sits in a concrete wall for a little. It was a corner to another street. And then he hears something. "I am here." He's like, "All Might?" He peeks through it and he sees it's All Might. He's gonna get up and before he does anything, he sees Bakugo and Izumi there. And Izuku, like, he peeks over and he sees it turns into Toshinori, his father, my dad. And then we see him explaining one for all, and Izumi's like, "So why don't you give it to Izuku? I mean, he's quirkless and useless." And Toshinori's like, "Don't speak about your brother like that. He's not useless, but he's too fragile, or I don't think he's up to the task to become a hero." And Bakugo's like, "Damn right. Bakugo, you need to stop pulling punches on my son." We mean like that. He meant joking. He never knew what he really did. Pulling punches on my son. He's like, "Yes, Toshinori." or Mr. Yagi. So he's like, I just want to give it to you. Your quirk is phenomenal, and I feel like it will make it way better. So he just sits there. He just looks there and he just sits there. I'm not up to the task. I'm not a real hero. The person you're giving the quirk to is not a hero herself, he says. Coughing. My rib. Why it's her, but not me? He says, why does this pain hurt so much? Why can't my family just listen to me? That's what Izuku says. And yeah. He just waits there his whole time there. He noticed all that just happened. He just stands there. I'll just die here. You hear footsteps. He looks to the corner and he sees a man. A man wearing a mask, or a side mask. This man, he looks down to the child. And he's like, child, why are you here all bruised and beaten? Zuko's like, I can't say. Child, you can tell me. You can tell me everything. I won't get mad. He's thinking, this man's thinking, I'll just take this boy in my hands. Nothing special, of course. He'll just be another orphan child. I just take him to the orphanage, of course. Before he can say anything, he was about to spill something. I think he was about to spill the whole thing, but he stops by the guy and says, you can tell me. You can talk to me. I'm no stranger, my friend. My name is Hisashi Midoriya. You can tell me all of it, and I'll take it. I'll take you to the. Before you can say anything, Izuku just spilled the whole thing, everything, and he looks down to the kid. He was thinking about taking him to the orphanage, because he felt bad for the kid. But now he sees this kid. He is All Might's boy. He gets a devilish grin. All Might's kid. And you call yourself a hero, All Might, where your poor boy is getting beaten by his own sister. This is just sad, really. Forget the orphanage. Then he talks out loud. Boy, I'm so sorry why this happened to you. Would you like to come with me? I can give you power. And Izuku's like, what do you mean power? Oh, I could give you a quirk. Izuku's like, you can give me a quirk? Yes, young one. I can give you a quirk. Izuku's like, I'll do it. If it takes me any way to repay you, I'll do anything. And the man's like, good. So, let's get prepared. And Izuku's like, what do you mean? Let me help you up. They walk towards his limo car. He was taking a stroll, to spy on Toshinori. He puts him down to his car and he started driving. So, all the story you said is true, right? Yeah. My father's All Might. I can't believe it. And he says I'm not even worthy of his quirk. Not worthy of your quirk, you say? Wow. I don't think he's not even worthy of his own quirk. Everyone says. Well, I'm very sorry for that situation, but I'm gonna help you as much as you can. But you have to owe me something. Or not owe me. You have to do me favors. Or no. Would you like to join me? The man says. And Izuku's like, join you? What do you mean? And before you can say anything, they get to a warehouse. This is another place. Everyone walks towards the warehouse with Izuku, and there's a bed, everything. Izuku, he's like, well, this is a guest penthouse, or a guest house. It's like a warehouse, but it's not. It looks like a penthouse on the inside, but it looks like a warehouse outside. I was gonna use this for something, but for you, for I did a little arrangement for a special case like you. You're All Might's boy, so why not? Don't call me his son. Oh, resentment already. You just had a story. Yeah, I do. And everyone's like, don't worry, kid. He puts his arm on him. I'm not going to abandon you like they did. I'm not going to neglect you like they did. I'm going to be here. And I'm going to be, well, the father that you never had. Ozuku's breaking down, hearing the words that this person says. And Sashi's like, yes, I'm really sorry that happened to you. So, for you to get this power, you have to do a certain training. You have to learn all four martial arts. That'll teach you. Looks like you already have a little muscle on you for taking all the beatings. Take off your coat, kid. This kid takes off his coat and he sees the bruises and scratches. He's like, this is pretty bad. And you're telling me that you did your own bandaging? Your father didn't even help you? He's like, yeah. All Might and All Might. Green, what was it, physic? Yeah, green physic. Wait, and almost, Zuko's like, green physic? What do you mean? Oh, well, I already know this, but your father also married this one woman named Green Physic, and she happens to be your mother. Huh. Or secrets I don't know. How charming. Yeah, don't worry, boy. But you have to do this training to get the power. Sleep. Before you do that, here's this. Oh, here's this. And he gives this boy painkillers, because painkillers, but it has another side effect. It's healing himself. It's a healing factor of a pill. This is the other thing that Hisashi gets. I'm gonna call him Hisashi a little bit. You're gonna know who he is for the future. You probably already know who he is. But this painkillers actually has little doses, just a little smidge of a quirk that he copied, sell it. It was a healing factor. So he eats it and he falls asleep. Izuku wakes up as good as new. All for One knocks on the door. He opens it. Would you like to come? For the training, boy. And Sashi's like, Izuku's like, yes, mister. Sashi's like, don't call me mister, call me Hisashi. In the future, you call me in another title. Okay. Yeah. And this time, Hisashi, or how should I say, yeah, Hisashi. I was about to say All for One, but he's, you know what, fuck it. He's All for One, okay? You already know it's gonna be All for One. It's All for One. All for One's like, okay. They do their training, and Izuku's getting better and better by the time. And All for One's getting excited seeing this boy. After he did all that, Hisashi, my bad, All for One bends him when he's like, okay, forget Hisashi for now. The new name for me is All for One. And Izuku's like, yes, All for One. All for One gets up and gives him a little nugget on the head. Okay, you finished your training, but now let's really test you. And Izuku's like, what do you mean? So I trained you in martial arts, but you don't have experience yet. So I'll take you somewhere I know. They get into the limo and they drive. The time that of the workout was actually 5 months. Yeah, 5 months, guys. It was 5 months of training. So Izuku is toned. We get to this place, and it's like a bar, but he walks past the bar and opens the door. He gets down under there's steps leading down, and we see people surrounding this type ring, and you see people fighting in it, and we see a whole, it's like a plaza, all plaza underground. Izuku, This is the black market, or how I like to call the underground. And we see Kyo's like, oh, it's the MVP, or not the MVP, it's the master, all for one. They all kneel and see it by his presence. They get up the stairs and they see, or they sit down, and he sits down and looks around. Okay. Izuku, or not, Izuku. Yeah, he says Izuku. He knows his name. Izuku, get over here. See, I'm gonna put you up in a 1v1 with the reigning champ. The reigning champ? Wouldn't he be more experienced than me? He would, but there's no more. As experienced as he is, the training I gave you will make you more experienced, and this will earn you your quirk. If you defeat him in battle, you'll earn your quirk. I got a special one. I got a special quirk for you, Izuku. And he's like, yes, master. You know what? Yeah, call me master. All for one would have done better. He's like, oh, I can call you off. No, it's good, kid. So make me proud out there. Off one expression changed into a devious smile. So, All Might, you neglect your kid and you make me claim him, huh? This is a really suspenseful day for me. So, hope this kid can make it quick. And we see the announcer. I must say, Hype House. That's the announcer's name. Hype House is like, so, the master up there gave us new orders. The champion, Skull Crusher, will be fighting a child. That's a new low for you, All for one. And Izuku stands up. It's not a low for him. He taught me all he could do. And he's like, yeah, I bet you could score it. They all start laughing and stuff like that. There was the 3 captains of All for One's how should I say, army. It was give me the names for these 3 people. It's one guy, another girl, one guy, one girl, and let's see, any My Hero Academia character. Or Nachi, no. I'm gonna give let's see, Kirigiri. Let's give him an army. Or no, let's not give Kirigiri army. Let's give another person. Any man or woman, that new character is gonna be you guys to pick. But the 2 names for one man and one girl is gonna be up to you guys. The other character, you can name this character. You can tell what he is or what she is. Just go crazy in the comments, okay? The 3 captains, and they just have a blank stare. And we see Izuku get in the ring, and we see Skull Crusher beat a child. I hope I do great. I might join one of the captain's armies if I defeat you. And Izuku's like, you're not gonna defeat me in battle. Ding ding. They go this Skull Crusher runs towards Izuku. For a reason, Izuku froze. He doesn't know why. He looks at the person, and he sees that he's shook. He's scared. He can't move. The dude, Skull Crusher, doesn't hesitate and hits Izuku. Izuku flies back and hits the back of the ring. He gets up, and Hype House is like, ooh, this kid. He's getting a real beat down by Skull Crusher. Skull Crusher stomps on Izuku. Izuku's like, he stopped because it's giving him his PTSD, his trauma that he had such long ago. He looks at the man and he thinks about Bakugo. He hurt me, Izumi. Todoroki. Izuku doesn't know about Todoroki, and I said he passed out, so he didn't know. And this lit a fire in Izuku. After this snap, or after the jumping he moves in a lightning speed reaction. It's not a quirk, guys, but he's fast. The stomp he did on him, our Skull Crusher looks down and he doesn't see the kid. He's like, where is it? And then he looks to the left. He sees Izuku already pounced on him. He does 3 kicks in his face. Skull Crusher is kind of dazed, but he grabs Izuku and he throws Izuku. Izuku recovers and catches himself. Izuku's now running around the ring looking for a great spot to hit him. And he sees the knee. He jumps in the air He does a fake. He throws a punch, but he fakes it and goes down and hits him in the back of the knee, and he falls down. We see Izuku grab the back of his neck, and it looks like he's doing an RKO, but not at the same time because Izuku twists the RKO, and it looks like he's about to snap his neck. But Izuku stops. I don't want to kill someone yet, or I don't want to kill someone, so I'll just beat him. He RKO's the person, and he's like, The guy is in midair. He bounced and went back up in midair, and Izuku hits him with an elbow in his face. The dude's bleeding out his nose, and he's like, I won't lose. If I lose, I'll be a disappointment, and I lost to a child. I'll never look great back into I'll never look good. I'll never look good, or I'll never get the approval of All For One or Master if I lose to a child. He gets up and he hits Izuku so hard that it makes Izuku gasp for air. Izuku's breathing. The dude doesn't let up. He puts both of his hands in the air and he throws it down and hits Izuku. Izuku feels like his spine's about to break. He got that treatment that All Might gave him in the canon, you know? Oof, broke that dude's back. And he hit the car. That's a double whammy. Izuku gets up and he's like, a dislocated arm, huh? He snaps it back in. Won't go easy on you. He sees Bakugo every time he's fighting Skull Crusher. That's it. I will end it. Izuku is now pissed. Now he throws a punch, Skull Crusher, and Izuku jumps on his punch. He's walking on his fist, and then he kicks him in the face. But before he does that, his mouth was open, and Izuku grabs the top of his skull, or like he went in his mouth and grabbed his mouth and pushed him down to the floor. And before he could do anything, Izuku is now stomping on his face. Stomp, stomp, stomp. The dude's almost about to go to sleep. And now we see Izuku jump in the air. He puts both knees. He put both knees in front of Skull Crush's face, and Skull Crush is now down for the count. Maybe down forever. And the High Boss is like, I think he killed him. Izuku's like, I didn't mean to, because they heard a snap. A snap that rattled the whole stadium. We see Izuku's first body. That's pretty nice for a child to experience. I didn't mean to. Izuku's crying a little. He's holding himself. And All For One walks out of his booth. He walks out of his booth. And he walks out of his booth and he goes towards my bad, guys. He goes towards Izuku, and Izuku's having a panic attack after killing a person. He's not taking it very well. All For One bends down. He's like, I understand you killed someone, and I know you're feeling this way. Izuku's like, I didn't want to. I just wanted. I understand you wanted your quirk, but there's reasons. There are reasons why you did this. You're doing this to gain power. And then he whispers in the ear everything of what the hero society is. The pro heroes are just all fake. He didn't tell Izuku this because he thought it would just devastate him. But now he killed a person, so he's like, what the hell? Let's just give it to him now. He tells him about how pro heroes are just all fake. How All Might's fake. He couldn't even save his own son. He neglects his boy. And Izuku just looks at him. His eyes glowing green. And Izuku's like, I will destroy this hero society. We see his arm glowing green. It's bursting, and we see glimpses of greenish lit fire coming off of his arms. It's engulfing himself. We see Izuku mad. I will destroy the hero society. And All For One's like, good. Your quirk's name is. What do you think his quirk's name is? Because his arm is gonna be covered with green fire, and he's gonna blast it towards his enemies. And it's like 8th Ace's power, you know? He can't be damaged like that. So, what do you think Azuki's quirk's name should be? I'm probably thinking for Nature's Fire? Who knows? What the quirk's name's gonna be, guys, we're gonna leave it down below. And I'm gonna leave it off here, guys. See you guys later, and bye. I hope you like the cliffhanger, dude. I for real. Bye, guys.